Hi everyone, welcome to Film Log Update number 15, covering most of the films that I watched or rewatched during March and April 2022. So yes, we're back once again, and yes, another Film Log update, and covering these films for March and April, and yeah, just as always to kind of get a talking point on a variety of different films that I haven't necessarily got the time to review. Obviously, as we know, it's hard to review every single film that you watch, and yeah, just it's always fascinating though to hear what you've been watching. So feel free to not only leave your thoughts, on these films that I mentioned, but what you've been watching, your patterns for this time of the year, all that kind of stuff, and what you've been watching, as well as kind of at the end of the video, I will be doing a kind of favourite first watch, obviously, as I always do, each month. So feel free to share your favourite first watches, or different, kind of accolades if you want, and kind of favourite rewatch, all this kind of stuff. It'd be great to hear what you've been watching, regardless. And yeah, let's dig in. As always, very informal. Got the laptop in front of me here, and my diary, my log, and just going through these films fairly briefly, per film, my thoughts. So yes, starting off with a continuation of finally. Tarantino rewatches, because I left it, quite a few months from Kill Bill to, I will be reviewing, of course, those films as soon as possible. But yes, the Kill Bills, it was quite a few months ago, and finally going back to the Tarantinos, this kind of series. I had a bit of a break, and yes, Death Proof was that one that kind of started off with once again. I guess it is kind of. Two phases or different halves of his career, so it kind of makes sense to do that. But yeah, certainly Death Proof is a film that I really like, actually, and I think I liked it the first time round quite a bit. I watched it 2018, actually. Yeah, that was the first time I watched that film, and I reviewed it on the channel back then, and I think I gave that a good rating. But I think this time round, it's definitely climbed even higher, and I actually really like this film, and I think it's just a really fun and well-made film. Obviously very gritty, very grimy, and I just love that kind of aspect about the film. And it's not I guess one of my favourite Tarantinos, but it really doesn't have to be. I don't think that's the point. Really, it's just a film that he had fun with, and he showed flair with once again. But he made this Rodriguez, and they kind of done this double billing, Grindhouse double billing, and I think for what it is, this is better than I think I expected. For example, it'd been many years until I actually saw this. 2018. I'd heard not really too much great things about it, and I was very surprised, and I think. Once again, I like it even more this time around. So yes, Death Proof. We'll be giving that a review, on the channel at some point. So yes, next up, a John Ford film. It'd been a while since I saw, a John Ford film, actually, and this film I had, for quite a while. Massive cinema release, and that is Two Rode Together, and it's once again another Jimmy Stewart, John Ford kind of pairing, and yeah, I think and it was the first one, obviously, as well, actually, that kind of worked on together. But yes, I think this film, unfortunately, is not that great for me, and I wasn't actually a fan of this one really, and perhaps I'll give it a review, but perhaps not. I think I don't really need to review every single film from a director. It's just too much to do. But I think, in a general sense, it just didn't really work for me overall as a piece. I think there were some elements that I did enjoy, and some performances and stuff. But even then, I just wasn't really into this film. It was quite a lot that I didn't appreciate, and just I think it's a bit of a slog. I wasn't that invested in this film at all, really, and it's a shame, really. I was really looking forward to this film, and I put it in. Just it's unfortunate. It's one of the rare so far John Ford films that I've seen and don't really get too much from, actually. And yeah, Two Rode Together. I was very hyped, but it didn't really work for me overall. As a piece, and yeah, it just wasn't very enjoyable. There are some things to praise, performances, of course, and visual moments at times. But I think. Overall, not for me, really, and yeah, it's a shame, but you can't love them all. That's what I always say. So yes, Two Rode Together, and the following day, once again, just going straight into another Tarantino on this rewatch, and again, reviews will be coming. But yes, Inglourious Basterds. Now, this is a stunning film, and I cannot wait to share my thoughts once again on this film. And it climbs and climbs every single time I see this one, and it really is one of one of the best films, you know, just of the century, and you know, it just is absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to talk about this film again. But yes, I think a lot of people love that film. So yes, next up, Cool Hand Luke. I've already filmed a review for this one, and it's a Paul Newman film, of course. You know, many have heard of this film. You know, a classic film that I only just saw, obviously, very recently with this first watch. And yeah, you know, I must say, this film truly blew me away. And you know, I'll be showing my thoughts when I upload my review on that. I have filmed that review, so yes. What can I say? You know, a stunning film. You know, regardless of you know, the review. And yes. After that, yet another stunning film, and that is behind me, of course, Anatomy of a Murder. This film truly is stunning. You know, I'd heard some things about this. Otto Preminger directing this film, and you know, it's a film that's on many lists. You know, I think you know, I've seen over the years, you know, kind of certain sounds, you know, etc., etc., and yeah, just the one you get recommended, and you know, just. Of course, you know, I got the Criterion, you know, recently, and yeah, just picked it up and kind of was very hyped for this film, and you know, I think it really did exceed my expectations. You know, this kind of not always, but you know, for a lot of the film, you know, a courtroom kind of drama film, one of those, and yeah, it's quite a, you know, a decent length actually as well. So I was thinking, would it all be in the courtroom for this length? You know, so it's around 2 hours. 40 minutes, and no, it's kind of you know, it's got a kind of balance with that. But yeah, regardless, you know, of all the particulars, a stunning film, and you know, I do think I'll be reviewing this film at some point, you know, soon. And yes, a Jimmy Stewart film, but once again, you know, a stunning Jimmy Stewart film, and yeah, just really blew me away, and you know, a very you know, impacting film. You know, leaves you kind of thinking afterwards, and you know, it has that effect, and yes. Then I kind of was resuming, you know, the kind of Terrence Malick, you know, kind of rewatches, and you know, for this recent kind of going through his films, and yes, The New World for me, a stunning film. Again, a very divisive one. This one, you know, some people do not take to it, and the first time round, you know, I wasn't as big on it. Really, I didn't really know what to think. But you know, the first rewatch I had a few years ago, and you know, when I reviewed that film. I did love that film, and once again, you know, love this film. You know, my third watch now, and you know, it's just I haven't seen the other kind of cuts. You know, I've only seen the extended one, of course. But yeah, just for what the version I've been seeing, you know, it really is a stunning film, and I'd recommend seeing it. You know, if you haven't got around to it yet, and yeah, not one of my absolute favourite Terrence Malick films, but it is a great film. Once again, from one of the best filmmakers for me, and yes, next up. Go West, Buster Keaton film, and a review will come for that. That's all I'll say. You know, a really nice film. Once again, it's been rare to kind of see a Buster Keaton and not be, you know, kind of uplifted afterwards, and you know, just you know, his technical kind of, you know, skill, and you know, his acting, and just the enjoyability of the way he kind of presents, you know, these narratives, you know, in his films, and just you know, it really is something to behold. And again, not one of the best Buster Keaton films that I've seen, but it is once again a very enjoyable film, and yeah, of course, the massive cinema releases that I've been going through, once again on one of those sets. So yeah, a review will come for that one, Go West, and yes. Next up, here's a film, yeah, it's on Blu-ray here. I had this for a while, you know, I picked up, you know, a long time ago now, and you know, kind of a few years ago actually, and just had been meaning to kind of see this film, but I thought, should I watch, you know, kind of more Billy Wilder films before seeing this, and you know, it just came down to it. You know, I was kind of had time off, and you know, in March, and I thought, you know, I'll kind of you know, I'll put this film on, and you know, I'll give it a go, and you know, I think I've had enough build up. You know, I kind of was in the mood to see it, you know, at that point, and yeah, I put it on, and you know, frequently kind of listed as one of the best films of all time, and yeah, I have to say, this film truly is stunning, and you know, it just it blew me away, and you know, I think the acting, I'm not going to give kind of too much away, but you know, the acting, you know, the direction, the script, you know, just wow, and you know, how this film starts out, you know, just the intrigue, and you know, it really does live up to you know, the intrigue for me, and it won't be for everyone. I don't think it's actually very surprisingly quite dark in places where you'd think it wouldn't be, and it really is a very surprising film. Yet you know, it's kind of, you know, well, I won't ruin it, but it is a very, very, you know, kind of a unique film, and just so well rounded as well, and you know, it's just a stunning piece of work, and you know, it's instantly kind of become one of my favourite films. You know, it's on my list somewhere, and yes, of course, Sunset Boulevard, one of the best films. From Billy Wilder, of course, a stunning director and writer, of course. Next up, Kingsman: The Secret Service. Rewatching this again, you know, what can I say? Every single time, you know, I see this film, I love it more and more, and it really is kind of a, you know, perhaps, you know, a mid-9s now for me, actually, out of 10, you know, kind of mark. So that is extremely high, and you know, I just love this film so much. You know, I didn't always love this film, but you know, it kind of. At one point, you know, it just clicked, and I fell in love with it, and you know, kind of, I was thinking, what did I ever, you know, kind of not love this film for, you know, I guess, and it just is, you know, it pleases in really pretty much every regard, and yeah, just a very popular film, and I certainly love it too. And then after that, you know, I saw once again Trainspotting. You know, I was just in the mood to rewatch this film. You know, I've seen it many, many times now, and one of my absolute favourite films, and you know, I always think I won't love it more, you know, this time round, or you know, it can't climb higher on my list in that sense, and it does. So yes, Trainspotting, one of the best films ever made for me. And yes, so then I had this double billing, of course, of two Sergio Leone films. You know, so one of them I will be reviewing once I'm around the West, and once I get up my you know, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly review, and so. That will be reviewed once we're around America. Of course, that probably won't be reviewed. But yes, a double billing of these two films, West and America. And what can I say? I've never done this before. You know, in the sense it was a Saturday and a Sunday. I watched these films again, and what an epic, you know, kind of theatrical, you know, grand event that was. You know, that weekend was well, yes, it was epic to say the least. And yeah, just once we're around the West, you know, is a film that I saw, and you know, I think interestingly, you know, I loved both, but I think America I loved first time, you know, of each kind of watch, you know, I loved that more, and then I went to a point where I kind of loved West more, and then, you know, for a number of years now, it has been America at the top of those two films what I prefer, and both though are well into my top 50, and you know, some of the absolute greatest films ever made, and so emotional, both of these films. So yes, I'll be reviewing West, and yeah, just The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly as well when I get that up. So yes, then I watched The Purge. You know, I did like this film first time round. You know, I saw it soon after it came out, and this time I kind of, you know, I thought it was okay actually, and you know, I thought there were some things that yeah, again, I really did not like, but you know, overall, you know, it's just this, I guess, silly, you know, kind of film. You know, it really is quite baffling. You know, the actual ideas behind it, but you know, just sitting down and kind of relaxing with it. You know, I enjoyed it as, you know, a horror film. You know, kind of a thriller, and yeah, just decent, you know, kind of performances, and you know, Ethan Hawke was very enjoyable in this film, you know, as always, really, and yeah, it was an okay film, nothing more really, you know, but I think shortly after that I watched The Purge Anarchy, and this was much better for me, and I'd never seen this one, and I do plan on watching the rest of the series, but I think, yeah, The Purge Anarchy, you know, was way better, and you know, it's just much more investing, and you know, really quite surprising in places. I think it, you know, the final act wasn't as good as the rest of the film had been, but you know, overall, this is a solid film, and quite enjoyable actually. So yes, that's that, and you know, going through this film, Topaz. You know, a review will come obviously after this video is uploaded. Wait to hear my thoughts on that. You know, it's widely regarded as, you know, the kind of the worst Hitchcock film, and you know, yeah, we'll get to that, but you know, Topaz, you know, is a film that I'd, I guess, been putting off for many years, and you know, finally it come to the point where, you know, I was in the watching, you know, kind of at the moment, all the later films in order of Hitchcock, and obviously at the same time as out of order, you know, all these other works and rewatches and stuff. But yeah, I think Topaz, you know, it was finally time to watch this film, and you know, I'll of course I've reviewed the film, but I'll get, you know, the video up, and yeah. I didn't love the film, that's for sure. We'll say that. But yes, after that, you know, I had these Bond films. I just went on this, you know, kind of Bond rewatches over the weekend, and yes, starting off with The Man with the Golden Gun, and yeah, it's a film that I do enjoy. Obviously, I enjoy most Bond films, and yeah, it's again not one of my favourites though. You know, I guess it is quite sluggish in the second half, and you know, I think until that, you know, it's a really it's quite enjoyable. But you know, I think the second half is when things really start to yeah, it's just not one of my favourites. It's certainly not a film, you know, Bond film that kind of grows on me really yeah, every time I see it. You know, it's one that kind of reminds me, you know, I'm not that you know big on this film, you know, kind of compared to other Bond films. You know, I think in terms of Roger Moore, you know, it's kind of it's certainly you know, possibly at the bottom, you know, in terms of preference actually now, you know, of my kind of favourite Roger Moore films, and I will be getting a ranking up at some point, you know, another ranking of the series, which is a bit different this time round, but yeah, you know, I think Man with the Golden Gun is not one that, you know, kind of is one of my favourites, let's just say that, but the day after that I saw, once again, The World Is Not Enough, and now that is a film that I love, a Bond film, and you know, that's one that I do praise, you know, I think it's very underappreciated, and yeah, that is just a film that I love so much, so yes, The World Is Not Enough. After that I saw, once again, Bleeder, Nicholas Winding Refn film, of course, and yeah, I've been watching, over the last few months, rewatching some of his films, and yeah, this is one of my favourites, actually, from Refn, and you know, it really is one of his absolute best films, and you know, I think just, once again, reminded of, you know, how much I love this film, and you know, near masterpiece actually for me, Bleeder, so yes, recommend that film, and one of the very first Refns, so yes, going on from here, you know, some films I'll gloss over there, you know, yeah, just move on from there because they're not really too interesting. Yes, The Silence, again, you know, this is film with Stanley Tucci, and yeah, just a kind of forgettable film. It was an okay one, you know, for this horror film, and you know, the clue is in the name, you know, The Silence, and you know, it's laughable at times, this film, but it is, you know, it's kind of well made in places, and you know, I thought it was kind of a warm film at times, you know, one of these kind of B-grade horror films, and yeah, I did enjoy it overall, The Silence, but not too much to say there, so yes. After that I saw Boiling Point. Now this is a you know, kind of a Netflix film, and Stephen Graham, of course, you know, just a stunning actor, and you know, I saw this film, and it's basically done all in one take, and you know, it's kind of, I believe, 3 different times they filmed this, you know, kind of 3 or 4, and they took, they went with the best one, you know, to them that they kind of done. So it was all in one take, and you know, it's very, very interesting way to kind of shoot a film. You know, fascinating really, and you know, if you know, it's kind of one of those where you'd want to kind of see out of interest, you know, the other kind of 2 versions, or you know, 3 versions they've done. But yes, Boiling Point, a great film from me, and you know, very dark film, and very disturbing. Not one that I could watch too often, I would say, and you know, very gritty film, but you know, very realistic, and yeah, just a really you know, stunning film this, and you know, blew me away, and very, very surprising work. So yes, Boiling Point. Next up is Ben Affleck's The Town. So yes, The Town is a film that I'd heard about for many, many you know, years, and yeah, it's kind of been on my watch list, I guess, you know, to kind of check it out, and you know, I'd heard, I guess, good things about this film, and you know, people saying you should check this one out, and I'll be honest, you know, I didn't like this film. You know, it's very, you know, at a point, you know, it kind of became very bland, and just uninvesting. You know, it's not a film that I got behind most of the characters really at all, and yeah, it was just a bit of a quite, you know, a slog actually for me, and yeah, it's a shame. You know, I appreciate elements of this film. You know, well, you know, I do like Ben Affleck. You know, I think he's talented, but you know, this is just the one that did not work for me. You know, as you know, a film that I watched, and was I entertained by it? You know, was I you know, really that invested by this film? No, and yeah, it's a shame. You know, I guess it's just not really for me. But yeah, The Town. Brief thoughts on that, and yes, shortly after that, you know, I saw a Craig Fairbrass film, and I'll be seeing one actually again tonight. You know, Rise of the Foot Soldier. Rewatching those films. So it'll be the 3rd one. But yes, you know, A Violent Man. You know, this is a film that was yeah, again, on streaming, and you know, I thought check it out, and you know, Craig Fairbrass film, so I want to see you know, at least most of these films. Big fan of this you know, actor, and unfortunately this film was not you know, one of the one of the best ones. You know, I think you know, seeing this film, I was actually quite shocked. You know, some moments in this film that I was truly I just thought, why was that in the film? And you know, just it became very clear that this film was not, you know, one that I was invested in at all, and it was just a very a nasty film. I thought, you know, the way it was done, and just really unenjoyable film, and you know, in fact, one of the most unenjoyable films I've seen in a long time, and it's a shame. Great talent behind this, but you know, I think just a no-go for me, and yeah, just I would never watch this film again, and it really did make me feel sick, and yeah, just you know, really really awful experience, unfortunately, and that's not what you want to hear. You know, kind of when you see a film, you don't really want to react like that. You know, again, it's just the way it is. You know, I can't lie. That's just how, you know, I experienced this film. I did not like it at all, and yeah, would never watch this film again. But yes, a violent man. So yes, after that, I saw once again a film that had been on my radar, and yes, The Witch. Now this is a film you know, by Robert Eggers, and you know, just a film I'd seen you know, kind of about, you know, kind of advertised, and actually a few years ago, you know, kind of I was about to watch this film, you know, I kind of put it on, and then, you know, I changed my mind, you know, I guess, and a few minutes into it, and that never really happens to me, and I guess I was just not in that mood for whatever reason, and yeah, I just kind of I put it off, and I thought I'll rewatch it again, you know, I'll watch it properly all the way through, and yeah, finally watching this film, and I think it's a good film. You know, it's a film that you know, has a lot going for it. You know, I think it starts out, you know, I guess the first kind of 40 minutes is really quite involving, and you know, it does kind of go off to a point where I wasn't actually as invested in this film. You know, for the rest of the, you know, the remainder of the film, and you know, it didn't really come to a conclusion that I was too satisfied with. But yeah, definitely very unique. I do praise this film. Very you know, interesting film. The way it's shot, you know, the dialogue as well. Although not perfect, you know, I think the dialogue is very interesting. It's very unique, and yeah, I'd certainly recommend this film. Very atmospheric, and I love you know, films about this kind of, you know, these themes. You know, I guess it's very interesting to see, and you know, it's a very wacky film at times. But yeah, The Witch, definitely a film that I enjoyed. Not one that I loved, but you know, I certainly had an interesting watch, you know, of this film. So yes, now we're on to April, and yeah, watching once again the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. So yes, these films, 1 and 2, of course, are stunning, and the third one, you know, I finally, you know, kind of after how many years? It's been around 8 years since I actually saw the third one, because, you know, when I watch these films, you know, it's been every now and then I kind of watch the, you know, these Spider-Man films. You know, I kind of miss out the third, actually, you know, because I think, what's the point, you know, really, it's, for me, I'll say it now, it's a good film, actually, you know, slash average, but, you know, I think, for me, it just pales in comparison, and the conclusion of, you know, the trilogy, it's just not really at all what I wanted, and you know, should have been really. And a lot of people obviously you know, say it's a bad film. I don't think that at all. I don't think it's a bad film, the third one, but you know, it just pales into comparison to, you know, the other two in the trilogy. And you know, Spider-Man 1, one of the best films ever made, in my opinion. The second one is even better, and we'll give a teaser, I guess, you know, kind of for what is, you know, kind of because it's going to be a while, perhaps, you know, before I do, you know, kind of superhero lists, you know, on the channel, you know, favorite, you know, superhero films of all time, but you know, it's certainly, you know, very close, if not, you know, the top spot for me. That's all I'll say. Spider-Man 2, you know, it really is one of my absolute favourite films. The first one is the one that, you know, really, it's just so perfect, and you know, one of my favourite films. But you know, the second Spider-Man film by Sam Raimi, you know, really is. It's the one that tops it in every regard, and you know, I think just one of the best films ever made for me. And it just, you know, from a storytelling perspective, and you know, the acting, the cinematography, the music, you know, every single element, you know, of this, and just as a superhero film, you know, really represents what I love so much about superhero films. And you have different ones, you know, Batman films, The Dark Knight, all this, and you have ones, you know, that are really jolly as well, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, and you know, I love all these films, but Spider-Man 2 kind of you know, combines all these different elements, you know, and you know, kind of, it really is such a unique one, and certainly one of my favourite films of all time. Next up is Surge, starring Ben Whishaw, and you know, it's a film, I don't really want to ruin this film, so I'll say, watch this film. You know, it's a film about you know, mental illness, and you know, it's one that it's this kind of you know, thriller film, very much staying with Ben Whishaw for most of the film, and yeah, it's just this one that is very intense, and just a film that kind of was very kind of an interesting idea, an interesting setup, and really did kind of surprise me, and it was a very, very good film, and yeah, just I recommend seeing it. It's very intense, very hard-hitting film, but it's the one that I was definitely invested in. The performances, Ben Whishaw especially, he truly was great in this film, and it's just really interesting to see another film, with Ben Whishaw, outside of Bond, of course. I'm a big fan of Bond, and he's great in that series, of course. But yeah, it's great to see another film, starring Ben Whishaw, and yeah, really, really good film. So yes, moving on from that, going through some of the DCEU films, kind of going back to them after a break, for a while because of Batman. Batman vs Superman, and yeah, just that's a film that I disliked so much that I kind of stopped, for a while going through these films, and yeah, just Suicide Squad. Again, I'd never seen most of these films, so yeah, I was kind of it was new to me, and Suicide Squad. Yeah, it's just not as bad as that film that I mentioned, but yeah, it's again not a film that I enjoyed really, and there were some moments that were entertaining, but really for me, this is once again a mediocre film, and just yeah, again not a film that I really enjoyed, and I think Margot Robbie was good in the film, and different actors and stuff were good in this film. Will Smith was good, and some interesting moments, but really it's not a film that I enjoyed, and yeah, it's just once again a kind of underwhelming DC EU film. So yes, next up, watching Tropic Thunder once again, and yeah, it's a film I saw 2018 or 2019 actually. Yes, seeing that for the first time, and it became one of my favourite kind of modern comedies, I guess. And yeah, just once again, just kind of being reminded of how much I love this film, and a truly great comedy film. It's just it's so great, this one, and yeah, just obviously a lot of people have seen this film, and love it as well. So yeah, Tropic Thunder. Not much to say there. Now we have a film that I had been wanting to see for a number of years, and yes, I had heard great things about this. It's on many different lists of greatest films. IMDb, it's actually in the well, it's very high. It's in the top 250, definitely. But yes, LA Confidential. So it's a film. Great cast, of course, and yeah, it's one that everyone says is kind of a film you should check out, just to see what you think of it. And yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this one actually. I think really it's quite forgettable for me. In fact, actually thinking on it, what actually happened in the film, for a lot of the film, until the final act. But yeah, it's a film that I think started out actually, more interesting, and it kind of went different places, and I wasn't really invested in this film, that much, and then the final act, I was more invested again then, and overall as a piece, I could say I give it a like, but it's not a film that I love by any means, and it's certainly a bit of a disappointing film for me, and it's certainly not a film that I think is great personally, of course, and it's not a film that kind of counts as one of my favourites. So yes, LA Confidential, a film that I thought was okay, but not one of my favourites. So yes, going through here's a film that I truly loved, and yes, one that I'd heard about for a while. Came out recently, and yes, just had been wanting to see this one, and yes, here we are. Nobody. So yes, this film truly blew me away, and this kind of action film, similar to John Wick, of course, starring Bob Odenkirk, and from Breaking Bad, and it's a show that I love, and he was great in that, and yeah, seeing this film, this wow, it blew me away, and I think I will be reviewing the John Wick films actually on the channel this year, but yes, I think. Actually, I do prefer Nobody to, at least the first John Wick film, and I think it's one of those films that really, these action films, I think it's just as good as really, John Wick, the action, element of the film, and I think just the characters in Nobody, just the relationships and the main characters, and the kind of family life and the way it starts out, it really is so investing, and just. It doesn't disappoint, in the final act, where it kind of, it really is. It's so satisfying, this film, and I think I'd recommend this film to anyone really, you know, a fan of action films. You know, I'd certainly say watch this film, and yeah, just highly pleasing. You know, not just in its action, but you know, the characters, the kind of the tone of this film. You know, the comedy. You know, just the dark tone as well to this, and you know, wow, what a film it is. And yes, Nobody, certainly one that I look forward to. You know, if there's any sequels that are coming, you know, at some point for that. So yes, then I started watching the Jackass films, and once again, obviously, and you know, Jackass Forever as well. Have seen that film now, and yeah, so that's one that's just come out, you know, on Blu-ray and stuff. But yes, I will be you know, talking about the Jackass films or Jackass content, you know, some on the channel. Whether I'll review all the stuff, I don't know about that, but I'll certainly be attempting, you know, a ranking of maybe just all the Jackass content, you know, including the actual show. So I watched the show for the first time, you know, in order of, you know, the episodes, of course, you know, just, you know, if you get the DVD, you can't actually see for the show the ones how it was aired on, you know, on TV, you know, kind of in episode format. You know, it's just, you know, it seems like on the DVD, it's just kind of, you know, the actual the stunts or the actual moments, of course, that you can see, you know, different, you know, in a playlist format, you know, or just individually. So you can't actually see, you know, the actual episodes, you know, on DVD. So I saw this, you know, elsewhere, and yeah, I watched this all the way through over the last couple of months, and then finally seeing the films once again. So Jackass, the movie, the first one. I'm a big fan of this, and you know, I think it only gets better from there. Actually, you know, I think Jackass 2 and 3 I absolutely love, and Jackass Forever as well. You know, seeing this the other day actually for the first time, you know, wow, just once again, you know, it's great to see the entire team. You know, I grew up watching Jackass. You know, kind of, you know, watching these guys, and just you know, especially the second film. You know, just. I have great memories of seeing that, you know, on, you know, constantly over and over, and just yeah, just Jackass 3 as well when that came out. It was a big event for me, and yeah, just it's great to, you know, see Jackass Forever as well. You know, finally come about. So we'll be talking about you know, the Jackass, you know, kind of films and stuff at some point. So yes, we'll leave it for that. But yes, then I did see, you know, John Wick again, rewatching that the day after, and yeah, just. You know, day after Jackass 1, and you know, John Wick once again, a film that I love, and I've seen it, you know, 4 times now. So yeah, I've seen it quite a few times, and I will be yeah, trying to review that film at some point. So yes, next up, a rewatch of Liar Liar, you know, Jim Carrey comedy film, you know, family film that I saw many times as a kid, and yeah, I do really like this film. You know, I think. You know, so it's one that actually I liked this time more than, you know, previous watches actually, and yeah, it's not one of my, you know, kind of favourite Jim Carrey films, but it is a very nice film, and yeah, just really feel good kind of family comedy film, and some hilarious moments in this. You know, of course, Jim Carrey, just a legend, yeah, to me. So yes, going through these films here, skipping over there, The Waterboy, you know, an Adam Sandler film that I saw quite a few times as a kid, and was intrigued to kind of see it again, and to see what I think of it, and really, you know, kind of compare this perhaps to other Adam Sandler films and see where it is. And I really like this film. In fact, at times, you know, I love this film, and you know, it's just a wacky film. What an insane film this is! But you know, a very enjoyable comedy from Adam Sandler, and yeah, just you know, I think one of the better ones, I guess. You know. Yeah, Adam Sandler films, one of the early ones as well. So yes, The Waterboy, a really nice, you know, kind of watch of that, and then I watched Wonder Woman, of course. As I say, I was going through the DC films, and yeah, Wonder Woman is certainly, you know, at the moment from what I've seen, the best, you know, the DC EU films, and you know, a great film, of course, Gal Gadot, and you know, just Chris Pine, you know, etc. You know, great cast here, and you know, such an investing film. Really, just a great superhero film. So yes, Wonder Woman there, and going through here, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I watched that as well, you know, just because Jim Carrey, you know, watching some of his films again, and it's not a film that I like too much. It's okay, you know, I guess. It's just not one of my favourites, and you know, I think certainly, you know, the year, you know, that was a big year for Jim Carrey. The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura, you know, 1994. You know, this is certainly of the three. You know, it's not my favourite, and you know, I think it's it's not, you know, kind of one of my favourite Jim Carrey films. But yeah, it's an okay film, I guess. And yes, going through some films here. Then I started, I've rewatched recently the Diary of a Wimpy Kid trilogy. So yes, the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you know, it's definitely a very enjoyable film, and you know, I think it's very good, and just you know, kind of a nostalgic film, because I watched these films, you know, when they were kind of first released, and you know, with my brother and stuff, and yeah, just really you know, kind of funny films, and really investing as well, you know, the characters, and just the kind of the universe of this, and you know, I think the first one is very good, and then, you know, the second and third one, we have Roger Rules and Dog Days, of course. And I think both of those, you know, I love. They are great films, and yeah, for me, and I think they're underrated. You know, this trilogy actually, and you know, I had a great time rewatching these films recently. So yes, just a few films left of April now, and yes, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So you know, this is a film that I'd never actually seen. Believe it or not, you know, I love musicals, and yeah, I'd just not seen this film before, and yes, Tim Curry, of course, in this film, and you know, wow, you know, this is just a hilarious film, and you know, I think I definitely give this, you know, close to the kind of 9 out of 10 mark, I would say, and you know, I love this film actually, and you know, I think certainly, you know, the final act is not quite as you know, much of a love compared to the rest of the film for me, but you know, I think overall, you know, I had a great time with this film, and yeah, I'd seen, you know, clips here and there over the years, but you know, I'd never seen it all the way through, and you know, this is just a hilarious film. Really just nice to see this, and you know, just yeah, hilarious, great kind of epic, you know, wacky kind of musical numbers, and really good messages as well, and you know, it's just a great you know, kind of film to watch, and you know, just have a you know, good time with this. Very uplifting, and just yeah, really funny film, and very creative, and you know, in this sets, and just the themes, you know, that are going on here. You know, really interesting film, and you know, just yeah, I had a really nice time with this, and it was quite, you know, inspiring, you know, in the way it was made, and just yeah, the kind of you know, just the carefree attitude, you know, just really going for it, I guess, you know, in certain areas, and you know, really recommend this film to anyone who's not seen it. And yes, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I guess, you know, it was one of the best films that I saw for the first time of April, but yes, not quite to that degree. The last film to mention of April that I watched was Darjeeling Limited. So yes, once again, another Wes Anderson film, and yeah, again, it'd been a few months since I saw a Wes Anderson film, when I said I was going through his films, like, you know, last year, you know, and stuff, reviewing the films that I'd never actually talked about on the channel, and re-reviewing as well the Grand Budapest Hotel when I get to that. So yes, the Darjeeling Limited being after the Life Aquatic, of course, and yeah, I won't be reviewing the Darjeeling Limited, but I have got a review filmed of the Life Aquatic, and that'll be up hopefully very soon. But yes, that was filmed a while back now, but you know, I've had, you know, kind of a break on YouTube, I guess, and really now I'm starting to amp up again the content and stuff, and filming things, and yeah, getting it all kind of planned out. But yes, the Darjeeling Limited, what can I say? I love this film, and you know, it really is. It's an underrated one. I think it's actually kind of the least acclaimed, you know, or kind of loved overall Wes Anderson film, along with you know, Isle of Dogs is not, you know, as loved as well, and I guess, but yeah, I think really this, and you know, kind of Bottle Rocket, you know, I guess, you know, these are the ones that don't really get talked about as much, you know, for Wes Anderson's filmography. I love both, and I think the Darjeeling Limited truly is, you know, a stunning film, and I loved it even more this time round, and it's very distinct two halves, but you know, I love what, you know, Wes Anderson done with this, and the short as well, you know, you kind of watched beforehand. So yes, highly recommend this if you've not seen it, and you know, kind of I look forward to eventually doing, you know, the ranking, you know, of his films, as well as, you know, picking up, you know, reviews of the ones that I haven't talked about yet on the channel. So that brings us to the favourite first watches of March and April. So yes, for March, you know, I was very, you know, kind of struggling here, I guess, to kind of pick, because there was a few films that were very close in terms of what do I prefer, I guess, but you know, despite that, you know, the kind of how hard it was to decide, I had to come to a decision, and you know, I was going to kind of potentially you know, give a joint placement, but I kind of decided against that, and finally I picked Sunset Boulevard. So yes, I had to pick this one. You know, it really is for me a masterpiece, and you know, just it blew me away, and you know, just how investing this was, and intriguing, and how I got attached to these characters, and you know, just throughout the film. The location, you know, I could almost, you know, imagine this, you know, like I was actually in this film, you know, this location, and you know, all the senses, you know, the smell, you know, the kind of the weather, and just it kind of sticks in my mind, you know, just thinking on the narration as well, and all these different elements, and how the film was set up, you know, what a film this is, and truly, yes, one of the best films I've made, and Billy Wilder once again writing and directing this film, and this is acclaimed as one of the best films ever made, and it's not my favourite Billy Wilder film, you know, I would say, definitely not, but you know, I think that's just a testament to, you know, his skill, and you know, how good he is. You know, one of my favourite filmmakers, and you know, this certainly is, you know, stunning film. The script, direction, and just the acting, truly stunning. Of course, Gloria Swanson, you know, especially in this film, you know, it's just remarkable, and yeah, it really is an unforgettable film, and yeah, certainly for me the best film I saw in March for the first time. So yes, April, I guess it had to be Nobody, and you know, it's a film that I just truly straight away loved, and you know, it's just a film that throughout the entire you know, experience, you know, I was loving this film, and yeah, just the characters, as I say, the tone of this, the way it's set up, the comedy and the action, and just how you know, kind of epic this is. The use of music as well in this film, you know, I loved, and it truly something to appreciate, and yeah, just really, you know, just a unforgettable film once again, and you know, it's going to be somewhere on my list of you know, favourite, you know, kind of modern action films, and yeah, certainly a film that I love, and you know, it's a film that I'd heard about, and certainly lived up to the yeah, hearing of this film. So yes, Nobody for April. So yes, that's it for now. I'm wrapping up. What do you think of these films that I've been watching? You know, tell me your thoughts on as many films as you want. You know, what have you been watching as well? Share your you know, kind of film watching activity. Not just over, you know, kind of March or April, but you know, recently, and what you've been doing film wise, and you know, have you been, you know, kind of rewatching or watching different films? It's always the case for me. It's a bit of both. Over every month, you know, there's always a rewatch of some kind, really, and yeah, just always great to kind of, you know, kind of watch films for the first time as well. So yes, what do you think? What you've been watching, and what is your favourite first watches? You know, recently, or you can leave your thoughts on favourite rewatches and all this, and just any accolades you want to kind of give. It'll be fun to do, as always, you know, in the comments. So yes, as always, take care, and thanks for watching.